You're now listening to the Palmetto Dugout Show, hosted by State Director Sammy Esposito, Associate Scouts Drew Stewart and Sean Smith, that discuss all things related to amateur baseball in South Carolina. Here are your hosts.
Difficulties on episode 111, but welcome back, people. Danielle's name was cut in half.
We got Dan joining us tonight.
Dan, change your name.
Dan, welcome.
But nonetheless, welcome back, everybody. Espo, Shano, Danielle, Austin. What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Just living the dream here.
Give the people what they want.
This is the show to give the people what they want. This is arguably our biggest show of every year in terms of
something.
We probably got 20 people watching 70-inch. I don't know why. But before we get to real business here, we have a special announcement. We would all like to wish Coach Espo a happy birthday. We don't have the song to play, but go check the tweet out. The picture is plus.
Appreciate the wonderful happy birthday, and the beautiful tweet. That I think Drew decided to hashtag start something yesterday with that one. So appreciate that. Appreciate the happy birthday shout out. So
lots of comment on that one, Coach. A lot of people wishing you happy birthday. I like that.
You live long enough, you wind up meeting a few people. So
there's a reason we call him the governor.
Keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? LIVIN, living here. So we'll just figure it out.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, business side of things here. Shano, the high school recap show first episode has been recorded. Espo will release it this week. Austin, what do you have to watch this?
Something I ain't got. You gotta pay up. You gotta open that checkbook.
Subscription only show. We break down the best performances of the week. However, this week we talked about the classification ranks, which will also be a story coming out here soon, Coach, as we break down the Power 25. But more teams are in that classification ranks: 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, and SCISA. A lot of teams.
Hey, I'm gonna give you guys a little props on this one, right? I was talking to another state director in the great United States of America today, and it was telling them about you guys. What you guys are starting something here. Hashtag starting something here with the high school recap show, and we're going to throw it on there, be able to people see it and listen to you guys while we're reading some awesome stories. And he was like, greatest idea in the world. So applaud you guys for your ingenuity, Sean, I guess, of coming up with some things right there. Be able to talk a little bit more, right, about what's going on in the high school season. That's going out there, along with all the content that will constantly be flooding out there, every week, throughout, whether it's our player of the weeks or our scout blogs or whatever it is, but it'll be going with that one. So he was kind of floored by y'all's idea. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's about giving, more eyes just on other games that either we didn't get to see, or, maybe if we were bringing up shows or bringing up games on the show, we didn't get to talk about some players or something like that. It's just another chance to give some more highlights and some props to some guys. So, which it's all very well deserved, and we're looking forward to doing it. We'll get them out there every week or so.
Another chance to give the people what they want.
This is
formerly known as pay-per-view too. Now everything's pay-per-view, as we found out having to pay $29.99 to watch college baseball last weekend. It's all pay-per-view. Right. Used to it.
This is the first take of Prep Baseball South Carolina. The Sports
That's what
Center.
they're saying. That wasn't us. Somebody said that.
Sammy is Stephen A.
I'll take it. I'll take Stephen A's paycheck.
Austin's that old weird guy that sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Lee Corson?
What, Austin?
Lee Corson?
No, not Lee. Shit.
Woody Page? No, Skip Bayless. Skip.
While we
easy to skip now.
While we have the viewers here, Espo, it is time to reveal hashtag Palmetto Power. You've seen it used in out of context with various tweets. But hashtag Palmetto Power, we have switched it up. This is no longer PBSC Bomb Squad. It is now hashtag Palmetto Power. I'll let Espo run with this, what the idea behind this is.
Yeah, so obviously, right, kind of going off the bomb squad of what we've done in the past. So, right, obviously you launch, we're coming up there, you get a, big home run, you launch a tank in a game, whether we're there or not, and you want us to kind of retweet and repost your stuff, right? You tag us in it, but we want to get it with that hashtag Palmetto Power. And also the idea behind it too, we want to be able to list these tweets and let them live on our website as well within a story, just like we do with our heat sheet a little bit. So, whoever it is, little Timmy out there hits a home run, his tweet is always going to be on there that we're going on there. Sean doesn't like my little Timmy that goes out there. But, right, whoever it is, it's kind of Palmetto Power, right? It's kind of flexing your muscle, showing the power, showing the strength of what's going on out there, and just kind of switching up a little bit, right? Showing the love to the state with the Palmetto, but also showing the power of what it is, and just putting our own identity to what it is, and also letting it live a little bit more, not only in just the social media world briefly, but also we'll be able to tag these and tag these social media posts and put them into a story and let them live on the website. So just like our heat sheet that is constantly running, that we're updating throughout the year, we'll be able to put these onto the website. So when somebody just wants to go back and relive their glory days and watch their tank from, call it the beginning of the year, or whenever it is, or like when Austin was watching Stowe Rogers' tank there in the state championship last year, anybody can go back there. They got that thing on Twitter, and we can constantly watch that thing. So give them if we're not there in attendance, our video camera's always going to be rolling. But if we're not there, get your phones out, get your cameras out. You're feeling that tank coming along, go ahead and put it out there and hashtag Palmetto Power.
It's good too, because it'll give us our own platform. Like obviously when we did the PBR Bomb Squad, and I know we changed the PBSC, so it was a little more individual, but when you click on that hashtag on Twitter X or whatever we want to call it, that'll be the only tweet that'll show up is the hashtag Palmetto Powers, and that'll be super individual to our state. And I just think that's going to give us another opportunity to, kind of have everything on a list. Like Sammy was saying, he's going to put it in a sheet, but then you'll also be able to find it on the Twitter page whenever you want it. So yeah, that'll all be out there coming this season.
I can't wait. It's the best time of year. As we move forward with podcasts, we'll have some special segments. Maybe the concession report returns this year. That's to be determined. Some more special segments coming your way as we gear up for high school season. Now, we've got to give the people what they want, guys. It's time here.
For the concession report.
What's that, Austin?
We need a hashtag for the concession report.
That's up to you.
Then you can let the people at the game, if they eat something they really like, they can tag that too.
Coach, great idea.
And we can do a giveaway.
Hashtag Diet Colas. You know what I mean?
We're going to take recommendations on that. We're going to sleep on it. We'll see where we end up.
to be determined. Eddie Tisdale will be the first to do anything as he posts his brisket grip roll in the morning.
We might even, while we're at the shipyard, we might let Cat and Eddie come up with it because I'm sure he's got some good
There you go.
We're going to get Captain Eddie on one and Wild Bill on the other.
Hashtag stand up weenies. I'll tell you what ain't happening.
Yes, sir.
Austin got himself a can of stand up weenies today.
I was going to eat them. I was going to video it, play it back, but
giving the people what they want. Espo, it's Power 25 time. We are back.
Smarten it
Now,
up.
Espo, we're going to ask you the main question.
How
How are these teams ranked?
Coach, we just pulled them right out of a hat, and we just threw them up against the wall, and we go, "Oh, that looks good." You know, all seriousness, right? We kind of went about we went about these and kind of looked at what these teams return, right? We didn't really look into consideration of what they've done in the past, right? High school baseball is different than anything out there, right? Everybody talked about college baseball, college football, this or that, right? High school baseball, and I know it's starting to change a little bit. It's not like they're out there recruiting their team, right? Coach Chuck's over there in Lexington isn't recruiting a brand new team to come in. Who you have is who you have coming through your school district coming in there. So we don't really look at, oh, well, they did this last year, so we're instantly going to put them there, right? Now, if they did something last year and they returned their whole team, well, they're going to be up on a pedestal, a la, a team like a James Allen or a Lexington or schools like that. But if you won a state championship and you lost your entire pitching rotation, well, you might not be at the top of that heap anymore. So we really try to look at who they return, who they have, who they lost. Obviously, coaches play a big part of it. And another big part in this year that's different than who's moved up in classifications, who's moved into this region. Those things are playing a big role. Somebody might have been the top 1A team last year, and maybe they moved up. Well, they might adjust and might go down, or vice versa, or however it goes. So we try to look at all factors into this and not just kind of go, well, this team did well last year, so we're going to put them up there. Like, as we've seen, a lot of polls that go across all branches out there, just because somebody did something at one point in time or they had a long history or tradition means absolutely nothing for us. And as Austin likes to say, we'll go ahead and start off this thing with hashtag starting something.
That's all we do, right? Well, Sean switched us back to the main.
If somebody don't have their feelings hurt by the end of this show, then Sammy didn't do his job.
A lot of bulletin board material coming.
That's it. That's what we're looking for.
With that being said, it is time. Are we ready? Oh,
Are you ready, Coach? Are you?
Coach, I'm trying to damn present the thing. It's taken 7 years.
The question ain't if we're ready. It's more if you're ready.
All right, here we go. We're going to start with the 25th ranked team here. We got messed up. Here we go. The 25th ranked team is Augusta Christian Atascocita. Me and Sean talked about him earlier. Coach, a lot returning here.
Yeah, hey, we were when we were going over these the other day, Drew. We were bouncing back and forth with this team and another one in that Skeezer ranks to kind of go with, but we end up going with Augusta Christian more so because what we talked about a little bit more returning on paper. So it'll be, that those Skeezer ranks. I think maybe when we started looking at this thing in a few weeks, there might be a few more teams in this Power 25. Other than just one right now, but we kind of gave the nod to them, just kind of more so of, I guess, on paper right now, if the season started right now, what they have going into it.
It's going to be interesting in that Skeezer ranking, as me and Sean talked about earlier on the high school recap show. You need to check that out if you have a subscription. We moved to 24th. Strom Thurmond comes in at 24. Landon Jones is back. We talked about that.
Oh, he's back. Hey, and Sean had a chance to see him early in the preseason down that Augusta ID. He wasn't pitching yet, right? He was just swinging the bat, but he's going to be back doing both. And I mean, you get a guy like that, he'll be able to account for a bunch of wins himself.
Player of the year candidate for sure.
Yeah, and after and they had a strong run last year, and they returned a decent amount of guys. So, and you get him back. He missed pretty much all last year. So you get him back. So give them the nod.
We were high on them last year. We'll see if they can keep it up here. Moving to 23, the famous Arby's town. Clinton comes in. Look at the Red Devils staying in the Power 25. They finished in the Power 25 last year. Espo make a trip to Arby's.
Coach, if you hit up that Arby's there in Clinton, you might miss the game.
There's no teeth.
You're gonna get up that Clinton. You're gonna get that Clinton. You might miss the game going to that Arby's. So I would suggest the Zaxby's, the Bojangles. But if you go too late at the Bojangles, they're out of chicken. I think that's now all Bojangles I've done figured out.
Especially in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, and Winston-Salem is definitely the spot. QT's fantastic. But if you just keep going around the corner, great baseball program right up there at Clinton. So they got a little bit of everything. As we're going to dive into here a little bit more, they got some Player of the Year candidates. They got some depth.
State champs a couple years ago, right?
State champs a couple years ago. No doubt.
Did I make this up, or did they get a new skipper?
They did.
Yeah, yep. I think Peyton Spangler's in charge now. So
yeah. So you didn't make it up. So it'll be
Drew concurred.
They're gonna have a chance to make a deep run this year. So they kind of got a little bit of everything. So it'll we've tend to upset some people up there in Clinton in the past few years on social media, but we're high on the boys this year.
Always high.
Got a good concession stand up there too.
Ooh,
you can buy a Clear baseball T-shirt out of it.
Anyway, 22. Look who comes in here. Bishop England in Lower State. We know they have a stud on that team we'll get to here very soon. But Bishop England looks the part this year.
Bishop England making the jump back in, right? Always been a powerhouse down there in the Low Country, kind of a couple years, off and making the jump back. But they got he might be one of the top prospects in the state of South Carolina this year, possible draft pick. So guy can do it both on the mound and with the bat. Big power bat and big power arm going to the Chanticleer. So we'll dive into old Jackson here in a little while, but he's got other guys around him too. It's not just a one-man band. So they're trending in the right direction. So Bishop England, they're bringing back the dominance of the past and looking to.
They had a monopoly on 3A there for a few years. And I think they're 4 now, though, right? Are they 4 now? No, still 3.
I got you.
Are they 4? No, they're 4.
Yeah, they're 4. You're 4.
They're 4. They're 4. Yeah.
So maybe we're going to try to fire one up there in 4A, see what happens.
Yeah, I can't keep up with the ranking, or I can't keep up with the classifications anymore.
I printed out a sheet, and then I don't know what I did with it. So,
as we move to 21 here, this is non-stranger to us all. 21 is Lucy Beckham. Coach Espo. They've been young. They return a lot of their guys, and I think now they're ready.
Coach, I think we've all discussed this at some point in time, right? I remember a few years ago when they were down at the Shipyard Showdown, there were a bunch of babies running around there, and we were all like, this team's going to – if these kids stick with it, they're going to be good in a few years. Well, now this is that few years, right? They made a little run last year. Now these guys are they're all old. I think their coach said they graduated 1 or 2 seniors last year, whatever it was, and now they're all old. And they're not only just old, but they're talented. So it's a good group, and they continue to progress and go in the right direction. So Lucy Beckham's been trending in the right direction for a while, and looking for their chance to strike now.
Up in 5A.
Yeah, tough region there as well. They'll be down at the Classic to begin the season. I gotta remember I'm going this way. Yep, look who Here we got, Coach.
Too
They're
low.
down from where we previously had them at the end of last year. But here they are, one of our favorite teams, Creek Predators.
We've been high on old Fox Creeker for a while, and this is another team that we had at the Shipyard Showdown 2 years ago. And you remember these guys? They rolled in there. They had just
didn't even have a coach.
Coaching. They didn't have a coach, and they had their basketball coach stepped up like the week before. I got you guys, and they're like, and we're gonna have the guy's a pretty good little player. That guy's a pretty good little player. Now they got Bradley Anderson, leading the charge on the mound. Devin Hillary in there, and they got a talented group that made a run in the playoffs last year and return a bunch of those guys. So it's another talented team that returns players that's had success. So Fox Creek down there, another talented team in that Aiken, Augusta, western part of the state area. So watch out for them boys.
Coach was on the preview show too.
He was.
He was awfully confident. I felt like on the preview show too. Like he felt real calm. I was like, all right, well, we got to watch these guys this year.
We need more of that. We need a lot more of that. Quit sandbagging everybody. Tell us what you actually got.
Well, what they lost one game or something last year?
Yeah.
I mean,
they didn't hardly lose anybody either.
Yeah.
But they lost the one that mattered.
Yeah, I mean,
the last one.
But I get that, but can't win them all.
Anyway, number 19 is Gilbert. The Indians are primed for a big year. In the what do they say? The built different city over there with Sean and Sammy.
Is that bias really? I mean, it's kind of.
I don't know where Gilbert is. To be honest with you, I can't verify that. But I know they had a run. They had a run on 3A there for a while too. So I think they won state 3 years ago.
Yep, they're starting to make that run back, build it back up, built different up there. So they're out there, head up to Lexington, keep going west over in that general area over that way. So they're another team that like you said, Austin has made a little run, had a little downfall, and getting that good group back, core guys up. Right, again, like we talked about, they had who's coming through your school district at that moment in time, and these kids are all starting to get a little bit older now and been in the program, and got some good young talent coming through there. So with a coach who's been there and done it for a long time and won a whole lot of baseball games and knows what's going on. So
good region there too. Right? Aiken Airport, Brooklyn, Casey, great collegiate.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a good region.
That's a really good region.
We'll see some more of those teams here shortly. 18 we'll see very soon, guys. St. James is in the top 25 in the 5A classification.
Somebody likes those guys a lot. Somebody on this show likes them a lot.
God, this is one of those teams that I felt like we could have put them in the middle-ish where they're at. Could have been like towards the very top, or could have been towards the very bottom. Right? They got the pieces of the puzzle to win it all. Right? How's the pitching going to be? What's it going to do with the pitching wise? They got some young guys in there. Are they going to make that move? Obviously, they got a very talented offensive lineup that's played a lot of baseball for being a young group. Right? We got some guys that are sophomores, and even juniors in high school are young, but they've played a lot of varsity level baseball, and they've taken some lumps over the years, and they made a great run last year, and I mean, they're poised to make that deep run this year. So St. James, watch out now. Good place to go watch games down there. God almighty, that's what I was about to say.
Nicest one in the state. Grass facility, best one in the state.
And how about the scoreboard now?
I hadn't seen it. I can't wait.
It's a video board.
I'm going to St. James. I don't even know where it is. I'm going this year.
Last year they had the best turfs in the game.
Coach, they got one of the best signage on their ballpark too, if I remember correctly. Prep baseball, South Carolina. I just, so it's.
There you go.
We'll see. We'll move to 17. The Fighting Stewie Hawks come in at 17.
We'll just let Drew take this one. Go ahead, Drew.
We'll see them very early. Me and Sean talked about it. They lose some key pieces from that team last year, but nonetheless, they're still here. Everybody done? Nobody want to talk about
That,
it?
that tells you, that's proof though for what Sammy said when we started, is that you could be the best team in the state last year, and if you lose a lot, you're going to go down. Y'all very stubbornly had them at 2 or 1, I think, all year long last year. So it is what it is. And some people controversially think they might could have won 3A state last year. Who knows?
Austin, I don't have my hat ready, but I know Austin not about to get fired up for this one.
Weren't they in one of the games that got rained out and they had to start over again or something?
Yeah, they had some controversy on one of them.
Yeah. Interference deal. The whole thing, man.
Here we go with the 16. The Fury come in.
Fighting Rollins, baby.
Smith.
I know we talked about it on the preview show. It's impressive. These guys are they're 16th. They've only been in school for 3 years now, 4 years. This is going to be their first senior class, I think. Coach Rowland, Coach West, all those guys over there, they're doing a great job. It's easy to say they returned a lot, but they returned everybody. They lost this many people, and so they got the arms, they got the lineup, a lot of experience, a lot of varsity baseball has been played by some of those guys because they had to. So interested to see where they end up, because they made a run last year in the playoffs without a senior on their roster. So.
And Coach Smith, I think if I remember correctly, you had a parent tell you last year tell Espo that we got more than just good hats around here.
That's it. We play ball. So, they got nice hats too, though.
Espo get to see them early, February the 28th.
Mm-hmm.
Early and often, baby.
Early and often.
But we like it.
Talking about a team we get to see early.
Between a brisket bowl.
Oh, God.
Yes, sir.
15th, Lugoff, Elgin, Espo.
Obviously, they got a couple uber talented players. Clemson commit, College Charleston commit. They got, obviously making the move up this year. It could be one of the most talented left-handed pitchers or just pitchers in our state, depending on how he is rolling into the beginning of the year. But I feel like, Jake Morse has been kind of like the unicorn. Nobody ever sees him. We see him early on the past few years, it seems like, at the shipyard, and then he disappears for a while. But he's they got the talent. They got the toughness out there, and Lugoff is a little bit different. Talking about built different a little bit out there, and they scratch and claw, and coaches do a fantastic job, and they're always in the mix. So they got the pieces of the puzzle to make a run. We'll see. And this is another one, right? If maybe these guys were still at that 4A level or whatever, like maybe they'd be up a little bit higher or whatever it is, but making that move up, we'll see how it goes. But they talented team for sure.
Get to see him early again. Shano, I'm gonna let you take number 14 here. How about these guys? We talked about them, John.
How about them? Prosperity, South Carolina, Mid Carolina. I really like that squad over there. I got to go see him a couple of years ago, and they I know they made a pretty good run last year in the playoffs as well. But yeah, always just kind of a scrappy bunch. And I think I said on the preview show that I rolled up not really knowing much about Mid Carolina, and I was like, they're top 1 through 6, 1 through 7. I was like, they all can hit, they all can play a little bit. So they had a good arm on the mound that day as well. And I went back and looked, so they had a couple other senior class commitments going on this year. So they got a good squad over there, and they're going to be down in 2A this year. I think they were in 3A last year, so going down the class, so the opposite as some of the other teams here. So I wonder if that's going to help them have a little bit more success too. So yeah, excited to see Mid Carolina and the Rebels this year.
We talked about it. Can they continue their hot streak, Espo? They stayed hot all year last year.
They got a right-hander. I know he plays shortstop as well, going to College Charleston. That's going to be able to beat most people he pitches against. So give him one win right there.
One. We see him early. 13.
Land Sharks.
Hey, talented group, right? Return. This is a team that's had nothing but success. I don't even know how long Oceanside's been around, but I feel like all they do is win state championships. they're going to be in the mix again. I don't care what level they kind of put them at. I mean, that team they had, what was it, 2 years ago? Was it 2 years ago or 3 years ago, whatever it was? I mean, they could have competed at any level, at any state. It didn't matter. In this group, right, they're building it back up. I don't know. We'll find out early how deep of the pitching staff will be, but they got some very talented arms. But positionally, this is one of the more talented position player rosters in the state. So they got them young, they got some older guys, and they're athletic, and they'll be able to do a lot of different things. So it'll be a fun group to watch down there at Shipyard right off the bat.
We talked about that team 2 years ago. I think they had like every player on the roster was committed to a D1 school.
Yeah.
They win the whole thing, and then last year they come out and nobody picks them. I mean, I'm not gonna say we were down on them, but nobody picked them to win anything, and they won the whole thing again, right?
Right. Yes.
So,
They win.
Another one in New Region.
Winners win.
what they do.
Boys, we're going to stay down in that area. A new team really to the Power 25 over the last few years is number 12, Stratford. They had a young group, and now those guys, kind of like Lucy Beckham, had those younger guys. Now they've gotten older, and they're legit.
They got a couple arms that can compete and match up with anybody in the state. They got a couple mid to upper 80 arms, touch a couple low 90s that are very, very gifted and very talented. They got some really good athletes. They got some guys that can hit some homers. So it'll, I know some people out there are extremely high in them. We are as well, but it'll be interesting to kind of see how those guys put it together rolling into it this year. But they got a really talented group. So Stratford making that jump back. It's another group, right? Austin, like you said, they had a run back in the day. Now they're starting to get it going again.
Well, they also took kind of they went downhill for a little bit. The first year, 2 or 3 years ago at Shipyard, they were really young, but they weren't ready. I guess ready would be a good word for it. They weren't ready yet. But last year I saw them. I think they played at Lexington last year in the preseason, right? I'm pretty sure that's where I went and saw them. Mm-hmm. They were at Lexington preseason, and they you could tell that they were starting to put that thing back together. And now all those guys are juniors and seniors, which are right. They still got the quarterback on the mound, right?
Yep.
And then the tall kid, Wagner,
and then Jockin Davis.
He's
I'm saying Jockin right? Yeah, he's a quarterback. Yeah.
That's it.
There you go.
Might be a big year for the Knights. Are they the Knights?
They are. They are.
Yes.
You moved to 11 here. Here they are.
Time out. Drew, take it over.
Now, this is more of Austin now because apparently I'm potted meat to this damn place.
You are. So go and fire up the Powdersville Patriots.
State champs, the Powdersville Patriots. Austin, take it away.
This honestly is crazy. I'm a little nervous to get too close to Coach Padgett because you and him were like brothers there for a while, and you picked against him, and now he has nothing to do with you anymore. But no, that's another team that honestly, as a school, I mean, they really haven't been around that long. I think they're working on maybe 8, 10 years, maybe like something like that. But what he's done taking over that place, and they got a couple guys that can play over there too. Winning the whole thing last year, I think they played. Did they play for it the year before? I don't remember. They've been right there in the running for 2 or 3 years now, and Coach Padgett does a great job. He's got some of Drew's favorite players over there, and those guys want to. There's some guys on that roster that have won a lot of baseball games, so I would not count them out in any game. They got some tough competition in that region, though. I'm looking forward to. Drew's honestly, he's not allowed to go back over there. One, I think he got charged to get into a game at the end of last year, and every time he showed up with his video camera, something crazy happened. So,
Powdersville.
I think Anderson District 1 actually said, "Drew, you can't come back." So
that's fine with me. I'll head up to Greenville and see them at South.
They're in my backyard now. I'll make the trip.
It's okay. We're going to stick with Austin as we move to this next one. Coming in at number 10 is Lawrence.
That's them Green Boys. Coach, another team. I think some people, if I looked at the spreadsheet right, I think some people picked this team right here to go a long way. They went, arguably they went toe to toe with the best team in the state last year, at least by our Power 25. I know James Allen won both those games in that state championship series, but they were both close. Lawrence was right there in it. I think Blake was there at the James Allen game, and I was at the Lawrence game. Lawrence had that game won, and Stowe Rogers hit one into, I think he hit it all the way to Greenwood. So, Coach Patterson, again, he's program's always been good, but he's taken it up a notch, and those guys they're going to be ready again. So, I look forward to seeing what the Green Boys have to offer this year, and look forward to making a trip down to the old Hickory Tavern.
I'm sure you don't get stopped by any trains on the way down there.
Good Mexican restaurant right there at the fork in the road. Anybody ever wants to go there?
Listen, Austin, guys, you moved to 9 here. Coach Espo, one we'll get to see very early. They've got 2 upper 80 arms in Parker and Seeger. They continue to reload with the arms. You go to Stryker, to McLaughlin, and now they got these 2 guys, a team that has a chance to be really good.
They are. They just obviously Coach Bellis down there does a tremendous job, and it's a great area that just keeps pumping in talent after talent after talent that rolls through there. But they're another team that they're just it's a tough team, right? They just are always competitive. They always fight you. They scratch and they claw. With talent, makes it very difficult to beat. So they're they got some upper echelon type arms in the state that are going to be difficult to beat and compete against. And obviously, the Parker kid, we've always seen him, defensively behind the plate. He's always done a really good job to swing the bat. Now he's getting to the arm and kind of transitioning there and making those moves from an arm strength standpoint there. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys can make some moves. But they kind of return, they return some position players. They return a couple pitchers, but they develop some guys down there, and that's obviously the biggest part about it. So we'll see. Like you said, we'll see them early and often down there in between grip bowls.
Hopefully they can start the season the way they ended it last year, not the way they started it.
Correct.
They started the first half of the year last year. They were, they weren't very good. Next thing you know, they're playing for a 5A state championship. So they were down there part of that pitch count debacle too. So.
We skipped.
Went the wrong way.
Didn't mean to click there. How about this one? We're gonna move back to 3A here. They move up from 1A. Yet they ended last year in the 19th. They shoot 11 spots if they were 19th, all the way up to 8. They have the best arm in the state of South Carolina, top 10 arm in the country. Southside Christian, here they are. No matter the classification, they continue to be a really good team.
They got several other good arms we saw at some preseason All-States too.
No doubt.
I said earlier when we were talking about Powdersville, this right here, it's going to be a sackful right here. Good luck.
I don't think they're going to have any problem jumping to 3A. Not any problem.
Yeah, they're going to have a plethora of left-handed pitchers that are going to be able to do the job. And obviously with one, Mr. Bowman, and also thrown to his brother.
I'm going to say little brother's still back there. He's swinging from the left side
who can swing the bat and catch and throw from behind there. So it's it's a very talented. Obviously, the pitching staff's going to get the bulk of the pub as they should, but it's going to be an offense that's going to be able to score some runs, and they're not going to need to score a lot of them, but they're going to be able to score some runs and be able to hit some home runs and do some things. But when you got those arms on the mound, it's a nice luxury to have.
I think 2 a game might do it for them.
Yeah.
And Coach Freeman's a good baseball coach. He's done it for a long time too. So he's won a lot of ball games at various places and won some state championships there. I think he won a state championship at Malden back in the day. So
I'm gonna leave it to Sammy on the next one here. coming in at number 7.
Boy, them
They are
Chapin
again.
boys.
Chapin is back.
Chapin. I'm gonna ride out and hang out in the lake for a day and then go out and watch some baseball that night. But hey, Chapin's got. I mean, they talking about a team with some arms, right? Chapin's had a lot of talent coming through there. You know, I think recently kind of gets a lot of pub, but over the years they've kind of had him rolling through there. But they got a good young nucleus on the mound. They got some older guys in there. And these guys have been in the mix to make that move and to kind of be the cream of the crop, and they hadn't quite gotten over that hump. And can this be the year? You know, obviously they got big boy behind the dish that can help those young pitchers out, and they got some other guys offensively that can do it. But they're going to have a pitching staff that's going to be as deep as arguably as anyone out there in the state. So Chapin, watch out with these 5A teams around this Midlands. They're looking to take over.
Midland boys built different.
Built different.
You move to 6 here, guys. I'm going to pass this one to Austin.
Oh Lord, who's
We
it going to
expect
be?
big things. Here we go. Number 6 are the Daniel Lions.
Oof. Them boys. Now for that, I think me and Drew last summer we were down there at the shipyard at one of those tournaments, and I just kept seeing all these good players, and I kept looking at the sheet, and I'm like, dang, they all play for Daniel. And they've had a good run last year. Coach Payne has really got that thing steered in the right direction. I put a vote in for him to somebody to nominate him for the coach of the year in that classification. But you know, Coach Payne likes to come join us every now and then, throw a little BP, hit a little fungo. But he's done a really good job over there, and he's got some dudes over there too. So I'm interested to see. I'm not even sure who all's in their region, but I think they got a shot to play baseball for a long time this year.
Who knows? We'll get to some predictions.
Don't sleep on them.
They are ranked pretty high. So I don't know.
I kind of need to go back and redo my sleeper for that classification. I didn't realize they were going to be in the top 6.
Oh, I was about to say, I saw your sleeper. I'm like, that's not a sleeper anymore.
Well, it was until you know, I didn't have my subscription,
now.
so I couldn't see the top 25.
You're late to the party.
That's tomorrow. It comes out in the subscription. Is tomorrow.
Oh, well.
It is now time for the top 5. I'm going to turn the 5th one over to Sean as we go to it. Sean's probably going to be a little pissed, but here they are. Number 5 is the Lexington Wildcats.
I just think that's so low, Coach. You can't. I don't think you can keep them out of the top 3 at least, man. I mean, they got arms, they got bats, they return it every year. They guys that you're not expecting, they're going to roll out there and they're going to hit. And you know, I think they got a pretty good stable this year. Obviously, with the South Carolina commit up at the top, he's going to do a little two-way business. But they got some good arms that we've been seeing, and a good amount of bats as well that we've been seeing for a number of years. And I mean, they just fresh off winning state obviously last year. I mean, you know, lost a couple of guys here and there, but no, I mean, this 5 is too low for Lexington to me. That's an abomination in my opinion. But you know, let's get our stuff together here, guys. Come on.
An abomination.
We just started
Abomination.
something. Here we go.
The abominable snowman.
Someone be pissed.
Here we go.
Danielle disagrees with you, Sean.
No, I don't know anything about this.
I don't know if I'd say that as we get ready to make picks here.
Yes.
No, I'm gonna let the people know. Don't look at Danielle's pick.
What they want.
She's going to let
gotta
the
let
people know what they want.
She got to let them
She's
know.
going to get what they want. She's going to let them know what they want.
Well, Sammy, we're going to enlighten Sean as we move into the top 4 for why these guys are ranked above Lexington.
I can think of a few teams up there. I can
think of one definitely.
I'll argue for some people all last year. It's not going to do you any good. I mean,
Coach Espo, they want a staff poll like the coaches poll when you rank people.
You know,
they sleep on the people that they want to sleep on. Let's just move on. Who's 4? Fire it up.
Let's go to 4. Here we go, Espo. We'll see them early. The Catawba Ridge Copperheads come in at 4. And I'll say this, Sean. Lexington doesn't have an arm better than Glauber, and then I'll turn it over to Espo.
You're going to have a guy that reclassed himself up who's going to be, I don't care what class he's in, is going to be one of the best arms in the state. And not only one of the best arms, he's one of the best pitchers. So check off that win when he's pitching, right? And then we got a chance to see Bryce, multiple times. So some of the future games last year, I think Coach said he didn't give up any earned runs, at all last year, as a sophomore, kind of sliding in to fill in those roles. So obviously they got a catcher behind the plate that can hit a bunch of home runs. So it's a talented team that can do a lot of things.
Catawba Ridge. I mean, they're up there, and they're in a tough region this year too, right? That's the one where they got. Let me look here. Fort Mill, Rock Hill, Northwestern, Clover. Yeah, I mean, so that's going to be a fun one to watch. I know I said it on the recap show earlier, but I got Catawba Ridge, Fort Mill circled on my calendar already. I'm pretty sure it's early in March, so it's coming up here pretty quick.
Watch out. We'll
who you got winning that one?
No predictions yet.
Sorry.
No, not yet, guys.
I'll start something.
How about this one? We're going to go to Espo's backyard for number 3. The Falcons are back, and Hallett is ready. Espo, they're loaded.
Coach, I've been just hanging out in Falcon Stadium across the street, hanging out, checking them out over here. You know what? In all seriousness, right? He's been building. Right, we've talked about this with a few of these teams, and we say they've been down a little bit, but I mean, down for them is still making playoffs and all that stuff. But right now, these guys are guys that have had to play a bunch as freshmen and sophomore, which for Flora hasn't really had to happen a lot. Now these guys are all juniors and seniors that are playing. Right, they got Carter Harrington at the top of the mound, going to be in upper 80s, touch some low 90s arms. Going to the College of Charleston, but it's not just a one-man band on the arms. They got a deep pitching staff, but then they're going to run their first 4 or 5 plus hitters that are going to be as deep of a lineup out there that can go, and with an athletic, versatile defense. So I think the Falcons are going to have a chance to make a deep run this year. I think, especially in that 4A ball with losing some teams. I don't know. We'll see what some projections are here later, but there's a reason we threw them up there as high as we did.
And it's hard to bet against Hallett.
Coach, look at that wall. Look at that wall out there. You know what I mean? There ain't that many people that got that many state championships under their belt as a head coach in the state.
It's not. It's Sean. This is why. How about this one? What about this on the recap show here? Number 2, we know they're not far removed from a state championship game appearance, but here they are. Fort Mill Yellow Jackets coming in at number 2.
Let Sean take this one away. This is boys up there.
Fort Mill, baby. That's got our guy Carter up there. Still sorry about that sandwich, but it is what it is. We move on. He's gonna go out there and hit. He's going to go out there and hit 10 bombs this year and hit 450 for me. So I don't think that ham and cheese is killing him too much. But yeah, no, they got a really good team. Obviously, we highlighted Braden Richardson pretty good on the preseason All-State South podcast. He was great two-way. They got Carter. They got another guy, Lauder, up there, another senior as well. And there's just a bunch of guys that have been around the program for a long time. And, what we were saying, they're in that region with Catawba Ridge, and that's going to be a really tough one. But yeah, they're going to be in that Division II of 5A, and so in the upper state there. And I think some of us have them to win the upper state championship in Division II 5A. So we'll have to see.
They're a team that just win. It doesn't matter who they have. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They literally just win every year. We don't talk about them. And then they just win. That's just what they do. So
correct.
Good for them.
Winners win.
That's what they do.
And now it is time. This has come to no surprise to anyone in the entire
Louisville
continent. The Louisville line taking the side. Give me the Trojans are the number 1 team in the Power 25. Austin Smith, honorable pitching coach. Take us away.
Well, They honestly didn't spend as much time in that top spot as they should have last year, Sean.
Oh, here we go. Never mind.
They should have been one all year. It took forever to get them there, but they went and last year they were the best team in the state, and then they brought, I think, almost the whole thing back. They've got arguably, in my opinion, if you just rank the top 10 players in the state in any classification, they might have 4 of them on one roster. So, good luck. Good luck playing those guys. Got one of the best coaches in the state. Got a nice ballpark down there. Getting some big improvements happening over there.
I mean, who did they lose? Did they lose anybody?
Kyle Stock.
They lost Kyle Stock. They lost a couple players. Yeah, they lost a couple guys, but they were.
He had some young guys last year. He talked about them on the preview show, but he had some young guys that kind of started surfacing in the playoffs. Really, there towards the end that are gonna fill some holes there. We've talked about Ostergaard. I feel like he's 28, but he's a sophomore. So Stowe Rogers just got done at the
AA
Super 60 or whatever that was. So
hey, no pressure on him.
Someone commented, I don't know if it was after Fort Bill, but said that's like putting Citadel over Texas A&M. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And here's when we start.
That was Sean.
That might have been Flora. That might have been Flora over Lexington coach.
That was Sean.
I'll tell you now's the part where it's kind of started something.
We have started something.
There's a couple teams I got right off the top of my head that I'm like, whoo, I got snubbed.
Well, hold on, we're going to get to that in just a second.
We're going to talk about some snubs.
If I can get to it here. Now, our next segment, before we hop into the pick'ems, here we go. Hold on, guys. I got to present it because obviously you don't want to.
That's what I was talking about.
I got this, Sean. That's not my first rodeo.
When I text you to make sure you got it and you say, what do you mean?
We're going to block Danielle's face out of this. Anyway, I made this graphic. Here is your Power 25. Here's my question. You can actually I didn't have a question. Which teams do you project to shoot up the rankings, or who are we missing off in your case?
I got one.
Well, go ahead. I'm not talking.
You'll see. They're going to be in my pick'em. I don't want to give it away too early.
Well, let's talk about it.
This is giving a little bit of information away. I think Augusta Christian's gonna show some people what Skeeza baseball is like, especially over in Georgia.
I think you're right too about Skeeza's going to have 2 or 3 in there before long, and I also think TL Hannah's going to make a run up that board pretty quick too.
Oh damn!
My opinion.
Where are they at?
Hanging out.
Snubbed.
All right.
Snubbed.
Who else in there?
I put them boys from Greenwood up there too.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming. They'll be there. They'll get there.
Wando? No Wando?
Wanda. They were in the mix. Wanda.
Where's our honorable mention list?
It's on a spreadsheet over here.
Drew's boys from Easley.
They were in the mix.
There are only 25 spots. That's what they said.
Yeah, I mean you can't list them all. We can't do a power 75.
I mean, we could.
Yeah, we can't label it. We can't label it hashtag starting something and not start something.
I know in today's day and age, we got to make everybody happy and give everybody a surprise, give everybody an award. But at some point in time, we just got to cut it off somewhere.
Who else in there?
When's the next one come out?
Well, it'll be at pretty much like 3 weeks from now.
Hey, we're getting Twitter comments. Easley boys still ain't easy. We will be in there soon. Hannah's in our region in Greenwood too.
You damn right they better be in there. Look, here it is right here.
There it is.
That's my doctor. Anyway,
She needs to prescribe you something else.
Drew just keeps leaving friends.
Shut up. Make me get angry on this show.
Who else? Who else needs to be in there? I don't have my paper in front of me.
Blythewood?
Comment. We need comments. Tell us who we left out.
I can't believe Drew didn't try to sneak Seneca in.
He did. He tried.
McShovern's gone. I don't. Hold on. We get more comments.
There's a second one
good.
down there. You can be hitting tanks.
McShoven.
Cut Sean.
Okay.
He threw this weekend, didn't he?
Multiple times.
Yeah.
All he did was K.
Speaking of all they did was K, Zach Russell. 4 batters, 4 Ks.
How about him? How about him? And Jake McCoy.
McCoy coming in hot too from he was Catawba Ridger too, wasn't he? McCoy?
McCoy, yeah. And Nate Hall hit a bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
Sorry about it. Sorry.
So,
Screwed that one up, didn't you?
yeah,
started
it's my
something
name.
like-
I mean, he should be hitting that for 80,000. Never mind. I got to stop. Here we go. Let's begin
Here we go.
the pick.
113 off the bat. Come on.
Are we ready? We got to get to it. Here we go.
Fired up.
Well, I got 7,000 things pulled up here. All right. Here we go.
They say Slam and McGovern is still at Seneca.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Bill Brothers down there hitting jacks.
Yeah.
And tanks.
Here's how this will go. As you see the names across the bottom, that's how we'll pick. You will tell your lower state and upper state champion, and then your state champion.
I'm
Okay.
gonna pull the spreadsheet up.
I know that's
Yeah,
what
we
I'm
gotta
saying.
get that
Let's
one.
get
Yeah,
wide
well,
pull the
I ain't
spreadsheet
got
up.
any idea who I picked.
Here we go.
That's why you pull
Danielle,
it.
pull your spreadsheet up.
All right. I'll start.
Dan,
Good.
Dan,
Multitask one time.
I'm going against the grain here. Give me the Atlanta Vikings to win the lower state championship.
There we
Give
go.
me Abbeville to win the upper state championship, and give me Abbeville to win the state 1A championship.
There you go.
where am I at?
Kenny?
Who's next?
I'm going Lakeview as my lower state. Abbeville is my upper state. With the Wild Gators of Lakeview to win it all.
I got Lakeview Lower State. I went with Drew's hometown of Louisville, and then I went Lakeview winning the whole thing.
I also got Lakeview, Lower State, McBee, Upper State.
Say that again. Say that
Magby.
again. Time out.
Magby.
Time out. Yeah.
There's an A in me.
McBee. All right, my bad. And Lakeview winning the whole thing. Another Gators.
Lower state, I've got Lakeview. Upper state, Abbeville. Is that how you say it? I don't know.
Abbeville.
Abbeville.
And my champion, Lakeview.
There it is.
Look at that. Look, I saved the graphic, guys. You're welcome. Coach Little, shout out to me. Abbeville. Now, we'll go through this quick. We'll go through the sleeper teams. These are teams that you would think could make a run deep in the playoffs and or win a state championship. They are on the screen automatically. Dixie, the Hornets. It's Dixie. Give me Dixie to be a sleeper.
That's it.
Dixie.
man. Sean, who's your logo? I don't know who that
Harvard's
is.
Bay, baby. Come on.
Harvard's Bay.
I think
Yeah, on.
Abbeville as a sleeper.
How is Abbeville a sleeper?
Did they win state last year?
They were in a different classification.
I mean,
He's-
only one
there's-
person picked them to win it this year. If I'd have known Drew was going to pick them to win it, I wouldn't have picked them as a sleeper. But
They're sleeping.
seeing how I filled my thing out when he sent it, and everybody else waited 2 weeks, I didn't know who everybody else was going to pick.
You're always on
There we
top of
go.
your stuff.
Hey, I can't help it. I'm punctual.
John got Carver's Bay.
Whitmire, is that Whitmire?
That's Whitmire.
Whitmer.
Yeah.
Whitmer.
Whitmer.
There we go.
Okay. As we move to the players of the year, your 1A baseball player of the year, give me Kason Herlong from Lakeview, pitching, hitting. He wins the 1A Player of the Year here.
Chalk him up for myself as well.
Give me Jamarcus Williams.
Chris McGill sticking on Lakeview.
Also got Chris McGill.
Two-way
Look at
Lakeview
the
guys.
board. We got 2 Lakeview players.
Some Gators.
gonna
Wow,
battle it out.
Gators, boy.
Now, here's the fun part. Added to the Pick'em Show this year is the Coach of the Year. For 1A, I'm going Robbie Brown from Latta to win the 1A Coach of the Year.
You know, I'm going with Coach Herlong.
I went Daniel Little for my sleeper Abbeville.
My sleeper too, Coach Jones with Carver's Bay. He did a good podcast with us. Had some good stuff to say. So
I'm with Austin on this one. Coach Little.
Look at y'all.
Coach Little gonna have them boys right. He's won a lot of ball games, so
A lot of offensive timeouts.
he won at Latta. He won at where was he at a couple years ago? Spartanburg, one state. It'll come to me in a minute. Keep moving.
Won Spartanburg, but
Landrum.
there you go.
Landrum.
Did he have what was that kid's name? At
Yes, he
Mississippi
did.
State? I can't remember his name.
Dude, they're freaking fuzz balls. They were playing 2A.
Sivert, something like that.
What was his name? Keep moving.
Moving to the 2A, your 2A baseball state champs. Give me Sherrall to win the lower state championship. Give me Clinton to win the upper state championship. And give me Coach Bird, the mayor, and Sherrall to win the state championship.
Coach
Yeah.
Bird.
Ooh, name's up.
You got to stop at that Arby's.
I'm gonna
go good old Atlantic Collegiate in the lower state.
Chef.
Chef, mixing it, boy. Going to be mixing it up. Well, Clinton, upper state, with Clinton winning the state championship.
Lennon, baby. So I went to Atlantic Collegiate lower state as well. And then I got Batesburg, Leesville going upper state and winning the whole thing. I told a kid at a showcase last summer I was going to pick Batesburg, Leesville to win the whole thing. And
That's
man,
right.
my word.
That's
So
right.
there it is. We were
That
South
was,
Carolina, and I told him we were running to 60, the catcher. I
Yeah.
said, I'm picking y'all, so don't let me down.
That's right. That's right. I think that was Preston. Yeah. I'm going Philip Simmons with my lower state. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Mid Carolina, who I had some nice words for before. I like them as well to bring out upper state. And then my champion of 2A is going to be Philip Simmons, the Iron Horses.
There it is.
Okay, I've got Atlantic Collegiate for lower state, Clinton upper state, and my champion Atlantic Collegiate.
There it is.
Chef.
Look at that. Different 2A picks all across the board.
Love
How
it.
about him?
That's not fun.
And somebody not even on the screen is going to win the whole
I was
thing.
going to say we're all going to be wrong.
We're all going to be wrong.
Mid
Okay.
Carolina will win it, and we'll all be
I
wrong.
don't think I'll win a single pick'em.
You'll win them all.
It's okay. Drew hadn't.
Okay, moving on. Your sleeper teams. I'm going Philip Simmons, as Sean picked him to win the state championship.
Yep.
Sleeper.
Now, what kind of sleeper is that?
That's good.
I'm going Landrum.
Same.
Strom Thurmond, Landon Jones, baby. I think they're gonna make some noise.
You can't be a sleeper. They're in the Power 25.
Well, I didn't see that one either before it came out.
Which I told me.
My sleeper for 2A is Landrum.
This is good stuff. Your 2A baseball player of the year. I'm going to start us off. Give me Luke Young at Clinton.
Love that guy.
Luke Young as well.
I'm with Landon Jones.
Oh, good pick, Strom Thurmond. You mean Braden Hallman? Shout out JFG.
Ooh.
I'm with Sean on this one. Braden Holman.
2A.
Look at all those hit shots, Coach.
Yeah.
They've been to some events.
Look at them
Lot of
boys.
events.
Just a few.
Somebody needs to come to a new one and get a new logo here.
Our guy Landon, 2025, baby.
Yeah, come on, man.
There you
There we go.
Coach of the year. Give me Mayor Bird.
Mayor Bird. Sorry, I got caught off.
I don't know how to say his last name, but his first name's Rob.
Call that Balk Night?
Is it Bach Night? I was going to go with
Book
Book
Night.
Night. Book Night is what I was going to go
Well, how about me? Kubis? Coach Kubis?
Yeah.
Philip Simmons? Come on.
And I got Bird.
Y'all just didn't branch out. Y'all picked David Bird because it was
He's
easy.
got Bird.
Because he's the mayor. That's he's the mayor.
That's fair. I can't argue with that.
It's hard to be a mayor and a head coach.
That's
Your
really
3A
easy.
baseball state champs. Give me the Stewie Hawks to continue to win the lower state championship for the third year in a row. Give me Southside Christian as the upper state champ. However, the Stewie Hawks lose in the state championship for the third year in a row. Southside Christian wins it.
Ooh. Wow. Three-peat. Wrong way. I'm going to go a little Oceanside. Lower state. Win the right one? Yeah. Southside Christian, upper state, Southside for the win.
We got Fox Creek, lower state, Southside Christian, upper state, Southside Christian winning the whole shooting match.
I'm about to save everybody. I got Fox Creek and Southside Christian up there too, but I'm rolling with Fox Creek to bring it home over that star-studded rotation. Come on.
Oof.
Can you imagine a Bradley Anderson, Carson Bowman game one? Woo.
Not so fast.
Must see TV there.
I got Fox Creek and Southside Christian too, but with all of these, I'm clearly not from South Carolina in case anybody didn't know. So where I'm from, we don't do lower state and upper state and all this stuff. And you don't really switch your classes as much as it seems that they are switching their classes this year. So I am kind of wishing that I knew that Oceanside, I don't know if they switched, but I was not knowing that they were in 3A. So now I'm kind of wishing I was Oceanside, but I failed to realize that. So I got Southside Christian winning it all.
You still have a good pick.
Blake is so pissed right now. Anyway, I'm really interested in your sleeper, Danielle, as we move to
Yeah, you know, I think my sleeper's good.
And we get to it.
That's sleeper of the year.
Give me Pendleton and the Fighting Runyons.
Ooh.
These are good ones.
Walk them all.
You got there, Sam. Walk them all. I got Woodruff. Give me the Fighting West Browns.
Georgetown.
I got Greenwood Christian.
What do you think about them, Danielle? They got some good bats in the lineup. Yeah.
Okay, and when I saw their thingy, it said
They
they
did a
had
good. They did
like
a good.
7 returners. So I was like, okay,
Yeah,
that
they
sounds
did.
good to me.
Preview.
That's a great reason.
Yeah.
That's all I
Let's move
got.
to 3A baseball
Chalk.
player of the year.
Chalk.
Yeah, this is going to be
Chalk.
right across the board. Give me Bowman.
Bowman.
Yep.
Bowman.
Bowman.
He's so good.
Easy peasy there.
Yes.
Take a picture of that. If you
Watch out.
you can tweet that out.
Drew, I thought you'd go Landon Fowler.
Hey, we're getting some the classic commented and said that's a good pick for your sleeper there, Sean, with
Thanks.
Georgetown. Now we move to 3A baseball coach year. How about this one for me? Give me Chad Roper at Belton Honeypath, first year.
Ooh.
First year.
Coach Freeman.
Scott Freeman.
Give me Fox Creek. They're going to upset Coach Freeman in Southside. Come on, Gillespie.
Come on.
Good pick. Coach Roper going back home over there. That's a good pick. I like that.
Scott Freeman.
Won a couple state championships they're playing.
Can he continue the Coach Williams legacy?
Can he bring it back? They went one and done on the out-of-stater last year.
Check out the classification ranks, see where they are.
And it is.
4A baseball state champ. Give me Gilbert to win the lower state championship. Give me the Fighting Daniel Lions to defeat AC Flora for the upper state championship, and give the Fighting Pains to win the state championship.
The Fighting
That was-
Pains.
Ooh. I'm gonna go Airport for lower. Something about that scrappy bunch. Flora
that
for
was-
upper. Flora for the win.
I got Airport, lower, Lawrence, upper, Lawrence, champ. Give me them green boys.
Ooh.
I got a good reason. May River is going to be my lower state champion. They were in a region last year with James Island and was it Lucy? It wasn't Lucy Beckham. It was somebody else though, who's now in 5A. Now in 5A. So they're in a brand new region with some teams that I don't think are ready for that May River business. So May River's going to win lower state, but they're going to lose to the upper state champ AC Flora, and Flora is going to bring home a 4A state title.
My lower state just I got switched. So I don't know if I trust this though.
Yes, trust it. Trust it.
Okay, I'm going
Trust-
easily for my lower
Nope.
state.
No,
lower?
no, change
trust
from that.
change it.
Change.
But
change.
although I will say this, the way that bracket is, they could actually be there.
Wait, what am I changing it to?
Easley's upper state.
They're upper state.
But the way 4A does their bracket, there is always one or two teams from up here that goes down there. So in theory, they could do what she's saying. Maybe she just has the inside track.
Do you really know the future?
Yeah, I got the inside track. Okay, anyway. Wait, so I don't know who. Wait,
Let's just go to your state champion.
You're
okay,
your
my
champ.
state champion is AC Flora
Perfect.
because I've seen a lot of boys at our events from AC Flora, so I'm going AC Flora.
There we
They
go.
do show out.
They show out.
Just FYI, Easley's 5A.
They can't win lower state and 4A. Then.
So did I put Easley?
No, you put Bishop England. Something got switched. Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah.
Sean, hold on. I didn't hear your pick, but you went with the Fighting Eddie Tisdales in the lower state.
May River is it May River?
Yeah,
I
he
thought
did.
he was Cane Bay.
Yeah.
Son of a
No,
biscuit.
he's May River.
Anyway,
All right.
your sleeper team. Give me the Fountain and Fury as my sleeper.
Sleeper, they're in the top 16.
It don't matter. They got a chance to win the state championship. Damn it, keep going.
I don't feel bad about Daniel being my sleeper anymore.
Well, Coach,
That's even
my,
worse.
my sleeper's Gilbert.
Yeah. We really picked some good sleepers here.
How about
Our person
Sean?
was a real sleeper, Sean.
Hey,
You know, Daniel's gonna have to
Cole
explain
Harmon.
who this team is.
Come on.
my sleeper's Bishop England.
Look at that logo.
Why,
I didn't
why
know
are we
whose
using
logo
that?
that was.
Look,
I need that on a
Bishop.
t-shirt. What in the world?
we need to put that on a shirt.
I need that on a
Represent-
t-shirt. Like
Represent
tomorrow.
the Catholics.
It's the throwback. Here we go. Your 4A baseball player of the year. Give me Ian McCrary, Daniel.
Jackson Weiner.
It's a big pick, Coach. I got Taj Marchand.
No, you don't.
Not for
No,
4A.
you don't. Not for
I
4A.
sure don't. I'm in the wrong one. Crap. I got Bennett Edwards. My bad.
Jackson Moore, coach. Love that guy. Been around for a while.
Little Hartsville.
Mm-hmm.
I've got Jackson Weiner.
Good call.
Good call. Your 4A baseball coach of the year. Give me the Fighting Pains. Jared Payne.
Fighting Howitz.
Give me Coach Patterson over there with the Green Boys. I went Green Boys clean sweep.
Hallett's bringing it home this year, coach. He's the winning coach of the year, too.
I got Hallett.
How are we voting on this at the end of the year? How do we determine who actually wins this?
Well, we do make midseason and
I can
postseason
tell you who
picks.
it
So.
won't be.
Well,
Yeah.
if we
Right.
let Drew just if we don't take a screenshot of these picks, Drew
You have a
will change all of
spreadsheet. I
this.
can't change it.
No, I'm not talking about the state champs. Obviously, we know who won the state
Coach of
champs.
the year goes based off the South Carolina Baseball Coaches Association votes.
Okay, so that's how we're determining that. Got it.
We moved to 5A Division II state champs.
Division
Give me
II?
Chapin to win the lower state. Give me Catawba Ridge to win the upper state, and give me Catawba Ridge to win the state championship.
Chapin, Catawba Ridge, Catawba Ridge.
Give me North Myrtle, Teal Hannah.
Wow.
I'm going way out of here. St. James, Lower State, Fort Mill instead of Catawba Ridge, Upper State, and Fort Mill's bringing it home.
I got Chapin, Catawba Ridge, and Catawba Ridge winning.
Coahaba.
It's hard to say.
You really went on a limb there, Sean. Number 2 team in the state.
Your
Win the
5A
state title? I mean, come on.
Division II baseball sleeper team. Give me Lucy Beckham.
Lucy Beckham.
Give me Lugoff Elgin.
St. James. You're not going to like that one. St. James.
Coach, St. James was your lower state championship pick.
Yeah, they can be a sleeper to win to make it there.
Sleeping
And
on
who's picking St. James to come out of Lower State? Who's picking them?
you?
Yeah,
Just-
but you also picked them as your sleeper too.
Yeah, because everybody
L
else is
on that
sleeping
one,
on the
John.
Nobody
team.
else picked them, so therefore
Yeah,
they're a
I'm
sleeper.
not
They're not his sleep.
It was
I'm
weird.
understanding, Sean.
They were
Lucy
sleeping
Beckham
already.
is my sleeper.
Here we
They're
go.
all sleeping.
Here we go.
Here's your 5A Division II Player of the Year. Give me Caden Glauber.
Caden Glauber.
Give me Jake Morris.
Look at that picture.
Seth Manning.
Caden Glauber.
Easy peasy.
No credit.
Your 5A Division II Baseball Coach of the Year. Give me Stas Sekataba.
Coach Stas.
Give me Crenshaw. I think he gets the Yellow Jackets over. They get over the hump this year.
Oh, by the way, I had somebody reach out to us and tell us about the shortstop. Remember we were talking about the shortstop?
Yeah.
Yep.
Time out. Let me find this.
What about Brooks Hall? Was he a shortstop there?
I got Max McDougal.
McDougal.
Was that it? Was that who it was? McDougal?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to look into Brooks Hall too, though. He got drafted by the Brewers a while back.
All right. Sorry to throw a curveball
Yeah,
there.
Coach Centraccio there at St. James, yet again, Coach of the Year too. Sleeper, Coach of the Year, everything.
Sleeping, but he's going to do everything.
My 5A Division II Coach of the Year is Stas.
We move to our last one.
Big one.
Division I Baseball State Championships. Give me James Island win the lower state. Give me Lexington to win the upper state. But give me the Trojans again to win it all.
James Allen. Fighting Huxes. James Allen for the dub.
I'm going James Island, Dorman, James Island.
Going James Island lower, Lexington upper, Lexington champion of 5A, obviously.
I got James Island versus Dorman. James Island winning that one.
Save the
I'm
graphic.
noticing a trend in Sean's picks here.
What's that?
He likes to branch out a little bit. I'm here for it.
I'm saving you guys. We're in some trouble if we all pick James Island. They don't win.
We are. Well, that's why we make mid-season picks. Anyway, let's move to the sleeper team. Give me Stratford as a sleeper in 5A.
Clover. Coach,
Whoa.
I'm going Clover.
Give me the fighting Jesse Dyers up there at Duncan Park.
There you go. I like Wando. They got some good seniors that have been around for a long time. They're hitting and pitching. I think Wando's going to be good in that region this year.
Very.
I'm also going Wando.
Your 5A Division II Player of the Year, or Division I, sorry. Give me, got to catch up here. I'm going to go different. Give me Stowe Rogers.
You know, I was torn with this one. I wanted to go Stowe, but I went with Taj because I believe we're going to do pitching and a little hitting on that one with Taj. So I went with Taj for the Player of the Year.
I went the same direction for the same reason too. I thought he gives best chance to get the 2-for-1.
I'm thinking the same thing. That's why I rolled with Brandon Cromer out of Lexington High School.
You just Lexington homer.
John's getting a commission check.
Yeah.
Coach
I
Hooks.
don't know.
What has Hooks paid you?
I got Taj as my 5A Division One Player of the Year.
Hey guys, as we move to the coach of the year here for 5A Division One, Austin, I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Can you correctly guess who Sean's coach of the year?
It's definitely not going to be a sleeper, that's for sure. If he picked Lexington as a sleeper, I'm not watching anymore.
Well, no, the coach of the year. Who do you? It's what? Here we go. Just pay attention, viewers.
I'm guessing.
Give me Spivey to win the coach of the year.
Coach
Saving you
Bobby.
again.
Spivey.
Hooks.
I got Spivey.
Sean went chalk Lexington.
Across the board, I love it.
Good team. You guys all went chalk James Island. What are we talking
Well, you know, you get. I mean, to be the best, you got to beat the best, and no one's beat the best right now.
Ric Flair.
about? Could say the same about Lexington, right?
16 times.
No, James Allen was better than Lexington last year. Sean, you
And we do rankings based off just last year, right? Is that right?
Well, who returned more?
Easy.
Who returned more, Sean?
Hey, you
Austin,
guys,
you're
y'all
supposed to
can
help
have
me out
this,
here. You're a Trojan.
y'all can have this conversation on your own high school recap show.
There you go. That's
Y'all
right.
have your own show. Get out of here.
That's
Yes.
this is first take.
You can have this conversation on pay per view.
Do we need to ask the viewers? Sean's out. Anyway, I did give Sean some good news earlier, so Sean, you can shut up now.
God, Drew comes in hot.
I mean, in Sean's defense, it's not like Lexington didn't win 5A state championship last year.
But they beat a team that won 9 games.
It doesn't matter. They still won it,
They won 5A state.
and they won it. They were like won all year long.
I mean,
Not like they had 10 wins.
It's true. Shit
Hey,
happens.
Go Cats.
Cats. Oh God.
Did we just give a second?
I think that actually,
Why don't
I
you
think
make the
what it
noise?
is, Sean's really trying to get hooked up in that hospitality suite at Lexington and Riverboat. That's what he's
I
doing.
don't ever sit up there. You're the one who sits. I don't sit up there.
You'll have to fight Sammy for the one.
That's
on
at
the
Riverboat.
Riverboat.
That's at Riverboat.
Coach, you're missing out. You don't hit up that hospitality suite now.
Yeah.
Just telling you.
That potato salad up there at River Bluff.
Ooh.
You can get
Coach,
cupcakes.
People are giving
Hey.
you what they want. You know what I'm saying?
At Lil Bug Spray said, "How much money did James Allen pay you for this live?" Lil Bug Spray.
Hey, creating way more enemies than friends here.
Here it is. This is called starting something.
Lil Bug Spray might be like a Somerville person. They need a lot of bug spray down
Yeah.
there in Somerville.
We got that nice golf course we're going to play next week too.
Next week,
Somerville.
I'm not going next week.
I am.
Where are you going by yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to play by myself on our way to the Shipyard Park.
That's not next week.
Yes, it is.
2 weeks.
It's
Eh.
next Thursday.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it really?
Yes.
Well,
Yes, I got some days off.
Am I the only one that did the research before we came on here today? What are we doing?
Hey,
You're the only one who has to print off calendar in front of you.
I'm day to day, Austin. I'm trying to pay attention to these comments. These guys are. We have all hell has broke loose in the Instagram comments.
I'm over
you
here
gotta
for Post
stop. I didn't see
52
any of
West.
Yeah, it's everybody's talking crap to each other.
let's go.
Anyway,
Starting something.
about our rankings,
Word
hey,
it, baby. Fire it up.
those Power 25 rankings will come out here very soon. Classification ranks to come out this week. The high school recap shows we break down those classification ranks will come out here soon. I got one more thing here, but before I get to the next episode, does anybody have anything to add to episode 111?
Better put some respect on my Yellow Jackets.
Okay, that's it. The preseason picks are locked. Coach, Power 25, 3 weeks will be an update.
Yep, it'll
Um,
come out. It'll come out tomorrow on the wonderful website and the Twitter pages.
I need to
Socials.
go on over to that website and get that subscription.
You better get it now while you
Yeah,
can.
you can
All you
read
can-
all this stuff. You can watch Bert and Ernie's new show. I mean, holy cow!
All you're going to see is that top 10 tomorrow. So you better. You want to see them classification rankings too? You better get that. You got to get that
That's it.
subscription too.
That Power 25. I think you can just see that on Twitter.
Hey,
page.
you know what else is about to come out too? Updated player rankings.
There it is.
Mm.
A lot of stuff coming at you.
All
So make
classes?
sure you get that subscription.
You better have
Come
it.
again
If-
there,
if
Seanster?
not, you're
all
missing it.
classes for ranking updates.
All, yeah, 25, 26, 27, 28.
25 first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So with that being said, we'll wrap up 111 here. But looking forward to episode 112 as we break down the Shipyard Showdown that's coming very soon. We will make
Favorite weekend of the year.
we will make some live predictions on episode 112 for the Shipyard Showdown. Some winners, some MVPs. So stay tuned for that one. We'll see you next week. From all of us here at Prep Baseball, South Carolina, we hope you have a great week.